I had to log back in. I was like, dude, what is this? And I had to give a single sign-on code. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. What? I'm out here in space right now. I'm just chilling out here, and they want me to do extra steps. I'm already in space. What do I need to do anymore in this world?
Pick off that space trash, buddy.
I feel like this background reminds me of that early 2000s show, Third Rock from the Sun or whatever, or Third Rock from the Moon. You remember that show?
Yeah.
Make sure if you got this far, it's only been 30 seconds in the recording, so hopefully you got this far. But if you did, make sure you go in the comments and said like, hey, I've watched that show, and make sure maybe prove me wrong if it's not Third Rock from the Sun or Third Rock from the Moon. If it's something else, just make sure you comment and just say, hey, Antoine, this is what the name is as a joke. So, but what's going on, buddy? How you doing today?
Doing good. I'm in Mass.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Dang, you didn't tell me. Yeah. Oh crap! It's already 4:30 for you. My bad.
It's all good. No, I just off, so all good. Doing good. Actually, I think the strained left lower oblique hernia, whatever type situation, I think it feels marginally better today. So
yeah. Did you go to the doctor yet?
I went to the doctor last Friday, and she does believe it's a hernia. But she only did some small like diagnostic tests. Like she didn't do an ultrasound, which is I guess the next thing to do. So I need to schedule an appointment for when I get back. I'll probably try and do it. I've been kind of procrastinating. I'll probably do it Monday, April 18th when I get back. I took the day off, so as long as the surgeon's available to do it, we'll do it then. And then yeah, depending on how it feels and how I feel, see if we can get the surgery laparoscopic. So they go in with a piece of mesh. They sew up the hernia, so the area that you like torn. They put a like piece of mesh over it and close you up. Usually they make like 3 tiny incisions. You can like barely see where they go in.
Did she tell you how that happened? Is it because of like lifting and training, you think, or?
I think I'm like genetically inclined to have hernias, or predisposed is what I should say. I had one, I may have been born with one, or it happened like shortly thereafter I was born. I had a hernia surgery, my first hernia surgery when I was 9 months old, and then I had another one.
You know, it's funny you say that. I actually had a hernia surgery like when I was a newborn, like right out of the womb.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you and I have pretty close. But yeah, like I said, that was literally when I came pretty much into the world. I literally got that surgery when I was like fresh out the womb.
Oh wow, that's insane. Okay. Yeah.
So I don't have any scars from it or anything. I don't even remember. I don't even know where they went through. And yeah, but I had surgery when I was a baby. Yeah. Okay.
I got a pretty good scar because I must have had the surgery in like 99 or 2000, and that was right before or like right as they were starting to do the surgeries more commonly laparoscopically. So they would still like go in, make like quite a large incision. They would kind of like move the skin around, whatever they needed to do.
Wait, didn't you say you were like 9 months old?
Yeah, 9 months old, and then also when I was 9.
You had 2 already?
Yeah, well, maybe 3.
Holy shit, man. 3?
Yeah, possibly.
That's wild. Yeah. I don't see. The thing is, I've never even thought about that. Like if I'm, what did you say the term was? If I'm
predisposed.
I don't. So like, would I be predisposed? You think?
Maybe. I think for me it was like congenital. Wow. So it might be like a genetic type thing where.
Yeah.
That. It depends on where it is. But I think it's like technically called inguinal, so it can.
Yeah, that sounds like mine. That sounds just like mine, inguino.
Yeah, so there's like it can happen just where the abdominal wall has a like a herniation, or it tears or opens up, and most commonly that'll happen to men, I believe, and like what will be like poking out is fatty tissue, apparently. So about 1 in 4 men will experience an inguinal hernia at some point in their life. I think
I already had mine, so I'm the 1-4. Already.
Well, the shit thing is, if you're you're the 1-4 men, you're also 50% likely to have it like real. Oh.
You know what? Bring it at me, dude. I've already gotten mono. I've gotten shingles by the age of, I think I got shingles when I was like 22 or 23 years old. Bring it on, dude. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, but I mean, we both lift. We both try to eat healthy, try to get outside, get plenty of sun, that kind of thing. Although, sorry, Gainz Nation, I literally haven't even been outside yet today. This is what it looks like outside right now.
Is it snowing?
No, I think the temp's okay. I think it's like in the 40s, but just been wet, rainy. I think the rain might have actually stopped, so it might be worth bringing the pups for a nice little walk after this.
That's crazy. So how's training been going? Have you like kind of put on things on a hold, like doing some slow work on?
It's pretty shit, to be honest with you. So I did that like week of deload training starting Saturday. Let me get the dates. So it first affected me. I first noticed it affecting me on Wednesday the 16th, and I looked back at my log. That was the heaviest I've squatted in a while on the 15th, and I also did straight leg deadlifts the day before. So I might have just pushed it too far, possibly. But it wasn't like major jumps, I like 185 for squats. Then the next week I did like 205. Then the next week I did 225, and the next week I did 235, and that's where I like that might have been a precipitating factor. Who knows? So I feel like it started hurting on the 16th. I kind of took it easy a couple days. I might have had like a rest day or two in there, and then I might have worked out like either that Thursday or Friday. And then Saturday, it just didn't get better. So I figured, okay, it's probably a pulled muscle, like a pulled oblique or something like that. I was like, this is a good time to deload. I'll have another like good 3 to 5 weeks of hard training, and then I'll deload again, probably one more time before one or like maybe 1.5 more times before the Tough Mudder in June. And I waited a week. I only worked out twice that week, and they're like super light workouts, like nothing on my back. So no squats. I did like Bulgarian split squats, like no weight for my like main quad movement, like way, way, way far away from failure, just kind of movement in. And I was like trying to prioritize recovery. So I was like, I want to move, I like going to the gym, all that stuff. I like working out, but I won't push it. It didn't get better. And some days it felt like it might've gotten worse. Like a week after, I think I went for like a 5 or 6 mile walk, like first thing, like, at sunrise. And when I came back, it like kind of hurt. So like, dang it might've been a little too much. I haven't run at all since like maybe that Monday, like the 14th March or something like that. So that really sucks because it's like set my training way back. And since then I was like, okay, if it is a hernia, I need to schedule an appointment. So I scheduled an appointment with my doctor. I was like, I still want to train. So I probably work out like anywhere between 3 to 5 times a week, but it's like super lightweight, no Valsalva maneuver. I breathe for like every set's like a breather set, if you will. So it's just like during the eccentric I breathe in, during the concentric I breathe out, not taxing myself too much. Mostly all unilateral movements, but nothing that would like crazy tax anything. So I'm not doing any like split stance or like B stance, like rows. The only like pulling movements I've done is like a one arm like pull down where it's not super hard, and I go like higher.
It's not heavy too either, right? Probably.
Super light, yeah. That's what I've been doing. It's kind of oscillated. Some days it feels better, some days not so much. It's like a super low grade pain. Probably like the way I like to characterize it is like on the 10 scale, like 1 being like no pain at all, 10 being like maximal amount of pain, like you're passing out from the level of pain. It's like a 0.5, super low.
Yeah, it's just that agony portion of it. It's just like I know what you're talking about, because it's just like a pain that just stays there and it doesn't like go away, and like it's just the agony of it, and like it could be the lowest of pain, but like it irritates you so bad sometimes.
Yeah, it's a nuisance because I want to train hard, like progress and like get better and all this stuff, and I want to get back to running, but yeah, like the little bits I've tried to test it out, just like, jogging in place. I'm like, no, it's it's not smart right now.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is and I don't think people realize, because like I feel like you could get this on like a lot of exercises, and we're not talking about like doing Valsalva maneuver like on like deadlift, squats, bench, all that good stuff. Like, dude, the other day I was doing like tricep push downs with like
Yeah.
the I guess you'd call like, I don't know, it's like it's like a slant, that slant one where it's like straight down, but it's like angled 45 degrees. And the V bar. I don't know why I couldn't just say V bar. It's pretty much like a V bar. And then and I was like, because when I do tricep push downs, I do like the Mike Isertel. I step back for a second and then I lock my shoulders down, and then like I push like away from my body, but also my core is tight and I'm pushing down. But like I remember I was like, because I go to RPE like 9 or 10 on these sets. And dude, I couldn't even tell you how much my abs were like just burning. Like it's just burning, because like you're just holding that weight, and like I'm doing 95 pounds of tricep extension and I'm getting to like 10 reps or more, and I'm like, holy shit, like my core is just worked.
It's crazy. I freaking tricep extensions when I'm really like pushing push downs, like you said, like RP.
Yeah.
My whole body will shake sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, body like shakes in place as I'm trying to like finish a rep, but yeah, no, yeah, I like that. Charles Glass is a big fan of like the setup where like you push kind of like in front of yourself as opposed to like bringing it down, so that you don't have that like that shoulder flexion.
You know what though too, like, so when I do like my single arm tricep push downs, I think I tend to do the push downs like that when I do single arm, but when I'm doing both arms, I just do like inside to the body, if that makes sense. But man, yeah, that's hopefully everything clears up, and then I was gonna say your Tough Mudder's coming up, man. That's like you're on crunch time. You're only like 2 months away.
I know it sucks. That's why I'm like kind of stressing, but
you'll be fine.
Yeah. So the plan is, if I do have to get surgery, it would probably be like start of the third week of April, 2-week recovery, and then I got maximum of the training.
You got this, dude. If anyone could do it, you could do it. How about that?
Yeah, for sure. A quick aside, or maybe it's like tangentially related. This is totally bro science, completely speculative. There's no science backing this that I'm aware of. What I've been doing recently is really lightly trying to introduce a little bit more volume for abdominal work and some like hip flexion work, really, really lightly and like very slowly trying to build up the volume. And my current theory, or hypothesis, I should say, that I'm testing is, if it is fatty tissue that's pushing out, then it could be creating, some sort of a gape. Okay. So like, let's say this is my body here. Okay. This is like where it hurts, like down here. So the amount of fatty tissue that I have in that area could technically be pushing open like this hole, right? Okay. So it's protruding from the abdominal wall to a certain degree. It could be like facing out. It could be like facing down, whatever it might be. It could be like the diaphragm, for example. So if that's the case, then my hypothesis is, what if I take myself down just a few pounds? So I've been eating like mostly like lean. I pretty much only have been eating chicken soup and Greek yogurt with fruit. So
that's an interesting combo.
Yeah, I've kept my protein up pretty high. Once again, this is all speculative. It's me like doing science on myself as an N1. So I'd say don't practice it at home, kids. I'm being as smart as I can about this. I'm not trying to like, go hard, go heavy, go crazy, like failure on every set type situation. So my hypothesis is that if I'm able to reduce the adipose tissue to a certain extent where it will recede because it's been used as like energy or what may have you, or enough so that it's not protruding any longer. I don't have a lot of abdominal fat. I'm definitely leaning down, but it could be like just enough around like the hips, for example. or like the left oblique area. Now, if I bring my overall body fat percentage down, or total body fat down, then if I can get the tissue to essentially like conjoin, if I can strengthen those muscle fibers so that they will in essence like either fuse, or that with the absence of the pressure of the adipose tissue pressing out on the herniation itself, if that'll help to at least like either alleviate the pain or potentially like maybe resolve it. It's wishful thinking. And a half more to go to kind of test out this hypothesis. But I figure it doesn't hurt to drop a few pounds, eat like pretty lean, keep protein high, and try and have them like healthful meal.
Yeah, and also too, like you got to think about it this way. Like if you're not training as hard and stuff, I doubt your maintenance is going to be too high right now. And like obviously, like the best thing is we're trying to just hold on as much muscle as possible. And if you can like lose some pounds on the way down, then why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. On a good note, I guess, Roman, since we've been kind of it's been kind of sad. I did run 8 miles today.
That's insane, buddy. That's awesome. How'd it go?
I'm almost on 10 miles. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's been really fun. I did outdoors again. I didn't do treadmill, and I think I'm just gonna stay with doing it outdoors as much as possible. There's something about it, and like, I like it'd be more convenient doing it on a treadmill. Like, okay, I can have my fancy water bottle with my hydration solution inside of it, and I have a nice TV. I have a controlled atmosphere. I can watch a podcast like Joe Rogan because it's like, you could watch video like when you're watching the podcast. But when you realize it's just like so beautiful outside, the only thing is, like today it was supposed to be like 93 degrees today. So I just decided to do it like early morning. So yeah, I got that done. I did 9 minute and 40-second pace. Last week was 9 minutes, 30 seconds. So it's a little bit higher in the pace, but hey, to get 8 miles and to like do it in like a nice fashion and like be fine, I'm just loving it. Also, Sam just got me a Camelback Runner's light. It's like a lightweight backpack that has a bladder on it, and it holds 1.5 liters of liquid. So like it's beautiful. Like I ran with it today for the first time, and like it didn't feel like anything. Like it has a chest strap too, so it like stays sturdy like on your shoulders and your chest. So I ran with it, no discomfort, and it was I put pretty much water. I've had like I still have some packets around here. I don't usually buy them because I think they're overpriced. But like I have like liquid IV packets still like lying around. So like I don't buy them all the time. Like I think I haven't bought those in probably like 4 months. So I just been using them every time I run. But like I put a packet in the bladder, and then I'll put some table salts in there, and then I'll fill it up with water. And then, so it has like a little flavoring, so it doesn't taste like just salty water. It has like, I think it's like grape or passion fruit, something like that. But yeah, so I did that today, and it was really nice. Never ran with one of those, never hiked with one of those. We've always wanted to get one of those anyways for like hiking. So it'll be like a dual purpose like backpack, which is like really nice because before, like Roman knows, when he hiked with Sam and I, we literally carry like stainless steel freaking water bottles, and if you ever even carried one stainless steel filled water, imagine carrying like 8 of them or 6 or 7 of them, because like on that hike we did for like 10 miles, I remember I had like 6 freaking stainless steel water bottles. Some of them were plastic, and like obviously like I try to conserve like the environment as much as possible, but like that right there is a one-way ticket of like just adding extra like 5-10 pounds for no reason. So this will be better. Also too, when I got back from my run, Amazon dropped off a package, and I'm like, I open it, And my brother, one of my brothers, the one that's closest to me, and the same age as Roman, my brother Claude, he sent me a pair of Aftershocks headphones. So now I have like finally good headphones to run in, because like AirPods, like I talked about it last time, like they're just total trash. And like once water gets in your ear, like sweat, it's just like game over. And like you have to keep like wiping them and and you have to wipe your ear. Roman, are you familiar with the Aftershocks headphones?
No.
So they're bone induction headphones. So
that's dope. Yeah.
So they're the ones they're the ones that wrap around your head, and then they lay just like right by like almost like your temple, I'd say. And so the music plays, and I'm guessing the vibrations, I don't know the science behind it, but the vibrations will allow you to hear the sounds without having any headphones in your ear. So one, it's more sturdier for running because it's on like your head, and it's not in your ear, and it's not bouncing around your eardrum. And number two is probably from safety reasons, because when you're running with headphones in, like lately I've said like I barely run with like any high volume like audio, because I just don't think it's like smart with like lifting and running anyways. But like, but you could still hear out of your ears. So if like all of a sudden you didn't see a car and then you heard a car and you're turning the corner, that could potentially save your life. It could save your body. So I've always wanted a pair. I think they're like $80 to $100, but Roman and I are really cheap. Like my AirPods are like 3 years old still, and like he sent them for my birthday, so I was like, well, this is pretty nice. And then they sent me like in the package, they sent there was a sports fanny pack in there. It's like a really cool like looking like sport fanny pack, and I'm like, okay. And then maybe in the marathon, I'll keep those like liquid like gel packs in there. So like every time I'm feeling like, like I'm about to cramp up, or if I need like some caffeine or sugar or carbs or whatever, like I will just go in the fanny pack, and then like I'll have a bunch of packets in there, and then just, suck on them and then put it back in there type deal. So I'm set, dude. Awesome. I'm set. Honestly, I'm probably going to lift in those headphones, because it's just so cool that you could hear things while like you can like while you're listening to music. And I'll let you guys know. I've honestly just used them for like 2 seconds listening to Phil Collins' Studio. And that was the last song that was playing while I was running. So I got home, and then the box was here, and then I was like, let me try them. And I was listening to Phil Collins. So I'll have to come back. I'll work out with them tomorrow, because I'm not working out today. I'll work out with them tomorrow, and then maybe next week I'll just do a review. But they're really interesting headphones, and I mean, I know all the runners that wear them, but obviously after this marathon, I probably won't run as much. But like with lifting, I'll probably use them for like lifting headphones. So
that's awesome, buddy. That's really cool. Nice.
Yeah. So I think the training's going well. It's just you got to just keep doing the work. It's every week I just got to keep putting in the work. It's crazy though. Like they're saying I'm burning like 1,400 calories in that workout. Like holy cow.
I can see that. Yeah, for sure.
I couldn't tell you. I only had breakfast. I had like 2 pieces of sourdough bread, and then I had Sam and I've been eating it like every day or every other day. Try this if you haven't already. But chorizo, and then we'll cook it like till it gets like cooked a little bit more, and then we'll throw like 4 eggs in there, and then mix it all around, and then we'll eat it like on sourdough bread pretty much. It's like, dude, it's been hands down my freaking favorite breakfast right now, with a banana on the side.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then I know we were supposed to talk about a topic real quick, but there was another thing, Roman, after I wanted to bring up like the running topic. Oh, by the way, guys, your boy is deadlifting 375 for reps of 2. No belt, no nothing, just chalk. So, and I'm still running 8 miles. And I did 405 pounds on farmer carries this Sunday. And if you ain't talking about lifting, then you ain't talking about money. How many
feet was it, Terry? Because you walked down a pretty far way, then you turned around and you came back too with it.
So that was my first time doing that actually. So when I got to 405 pounds, and I use chalk, I don't use straps or anything. I probably might try to use straps because it's getting freaking really hard on my hands. And but before I was only walking it to the end of the turf and then dropping it and then take like a 2-minute break and then I pick it up and bring it back. But now, you know what? Yes, this past Sunday, I was like, dude, you know what? It hurts, but I want to do it. So I did it. And believe me, my hands were crying afterwards, and I almost cried. I felt like, but whatever.
That's awesome, buddy. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's getting hard because see, the thing is, once you get to like, because I haven't really maxed out on my deadlift without no belt on, and I'm only doing 375 with reps of 2 on deadlifts, and you know, obviously it's a straight bar that 375's on, and then when I do farmer carries, I'm doing it on a trap bar. So it's a little bit different, but like I'm getting to the point where like the deadlift off the ground to do farmer carries is almost harder than walking it. So it's like getting to the point because I weighed 193 this morning, so I'm still 23 pounds down from my original weight like almost a year ago now. So
wow.
Yeah, your boy's lean, dude. I like this weight. I might stay here for a while. I like it. It's like it's the most powerful and fastest I felt in a while. Like if I could stay like close to 200 pounds or under, then and if I feel fast and strong, that's all that matters. But the last topic I'm going to talk about before we end this, even though we were of course went off topic again, but someone was posting about like Tom Brady being almost 45 years old, or is he 44 or 45?
I think he's 45. Yeah, somewhere around there.
And I posted on my Instagram and like I wanted to talk to you about it. And someone like was like saying like, oh my gosh, he's 45 and like he's like in one of the best shapes of his life. Roman, I'm going to ask you this real quick. And this is why we do this podcast. When you're 45, do you think you're going to be out of shape or not being able to perform a simple movement? Because why do people think 45 is still so old?
I don't know. They see people like, and I get it. Like they see people like maybe their parents where like their dad blew out a knee, like playing college football. And then he just like kind of hobbles around now. So like there's plenty of examples to point out to, but I think like Tom Brady is a great example that, okay, like let's be realistic. We can't afford like the same type of like
besides money, I'm saying like by all the guidelines we talk about, Roman, I want you to talk about that, not the money portion.
Yeah, just like being like staying active, like super important. Like if the gym isn't your thing, totally understand. Like you should probably still try and do like push-ups and like, you know, squats and whatnot. Do you have to do them until you drop? Absolutely not. Like you can figure a way around it. Walking is one of the most important things. Walking outside, super duper crazy important, especially like as long as you can throughout the year, whether you're in freaking Alaska, like, you know, the northern tips of Alaska, like try and walk outside as long as you can throughout the seasons, or whether you're like, you know, out in like, you know, Arizona or whatnot.
Yeah, it's 93 degrees today, buddy. It's getting almost 100 already. So
that's amazing. That sounds amazing. Trying to eat like healthful meals. It doesn't mean that you can't like have little snacks and treats from here, like every once in a while here or there or whatnot. Antoine and I like
little snacky snack.
Little snickety snack. But that's trying to keep your protein intake up, and the reason why protein is so important is for recovery. It's important to make sure that you do include healthful fats. A lot of those times those fats might come from fish or algal oil, for example. It's important to include carbohydrates if you live.
And that's soybean oil.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I do consume soybean oil, but it is what it is. I don't think that it's gonna like destroy you. You know, I think what's coming out on like saturated fat is kind of demonstrating that, you know, if it's part of like once again like a quote unquote healthful like diet, if you have like, you know, fried chicken or fried like plantains from time to time with like soybean oil, is that gonna like take years off your life? You know, probably not, as long as like everything else is in check. You know, having like healthful like carbohydrates such as like leafy greens, you know, plenty of veg, fruits, rice is a great carbohydrate, potatoes, that kind of thing. You know, if you put that all together in like balanced meals, for example, I think most people are pretty good with that regimen provided. And then probably having some sort of like physical endeavor or physical activity that you work to like develop yourself and become like develop efficacy towards, like become better at, progress. I think if you take that recipe, that could probably be broadly applied to most people. Even like, yeah, like able-bodied or non like able-bodied. Of course, like the walking piece, like, sorry, you wouldn't be able to do that. But there's like other important aspects, like being outside, like ambulating as much as you can, whether it's just like with your arms or just like, moving your neck, whatever it is. But being outside would be like critical. Not too much, of course. It's a dose. It's dose dependent. So make sure to put on your sunblock and all that stuff if you're outside for long enough, especially like in the summer if you're in like a southern climate zone. But
I put sunscreen on every morning, people. Every morning. No matter if it's cloudy or not in Arizona, I put it on every morning after I shower. I
could definitely get better at it, but
But most of the time it's my face and then like my tattoos on my arm. Because I wear, like, obviously I'm wearing shirts and stuff, but like I tend not to be outside during the day as much as but if I'm by the pool, like obviously I sunscreen or sunblock all the way up, but like most of the time, like I'm more worried about my face and my back of my ears and like my back of my neck.
That's fair. Yeah, I probably, because I live in Chicago or like parts of Massachusetts throughout the year, the only times I really think about like putting on sunscreen is like probably May to September. So yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you the point because I saw it yesterday, and why not talk about the Gainz podcast? Because if you're listening right now and you're 45, and if you feel like crap, you shouldn't feel like crap unless for some reason there's a bigger picture. And obviously Rome and I are not talking about that. If like you're handicapped or obviously if you can't walk or anything, there's ways around it. But I'm saying if you're an able body, we're saying like if you're 45, your blood work's coming back bad, you're not physically motivated, there's just so many examples on how to prove that like health. And I think, and I'll probably post it, but I think because I'm still waiting. I still haven't posted those pictures of my formation of the 23 pounds. I just keep pushing it back. But I've been pretty busy with other things that Roman knows about. But like mental health and then physical health, those two things, hands down, the most important thing. You can have the most money in the world, you can have the least amount of money in the world, but if you don't have those two things, you are not gonna live a long, healthy age. And I think the best thing about this world, and hopefully Roman agrees, is once you're feeling the best or feeling so like good that everything just feels good, like going to a grocery store, going to the bathroom, going to hold your kid, going to play basketball like you were playing basketball in high school. I think that's the best feeling ever. And then when people ask me, my birthday just passed, people ask me like, oh my gosh, you're reaching 30. And you know what I tell them? I bet I can kick my 18-year-old's ass any day of the week right now. Like my 18-year-old self, Antoine, back 10 years ago, he's got nothing on 28-year-old Antoine. You know why? He doesn't have the drive, the motivation, and the strength. And I'm still passing levels. I'm never going down. You know why? Because, like I said, mental health and physical health. Those are the two things that I've tried to work on the past decade. And people, what are people going to say when I'm 38 years old or almost 40 and I can run 10 miles? I still could deadlift 375. I could still farmer carry 405. What are you going to say then? Because see, the thing is, I think back when I was younger, people would always like hate on lifting. Why are you dedicating this time? Why are you missing out going on drinking? Why do you miss your time on like getting shit faced for the whole weekend, and then Monday, why don't you start that diet again? It's because I wanted to be able to endure everything, no matter if it was going out, no matter if it was work, no matter if it was family or just for fun. So that's all I gotta say. Mic drop. I'm done.
No, it's a good testament that it's like no matter your age, if you find that you're like in a place of maybe like poor health. I think that for many people, there are remediating steps that you can take, but you have to be the one to take them. You have to be the one to like take that first step, commit to yourself. I'm going to go for a morning walk, and start small. We preach this all the time. Like, if you're not going to the gym, don't say you're going to go to the gym 5 or 6 times a week. Just try and
just
go once.
Go to the gym. Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you just walk through the door and you talk to like the rep that's, sitting there, the associate, whatever.
Yeah.
Say, I'm interested in, working out here. Could I get a gym tour? Maybe you don't even work out, but at least like you get the steps in to get there. And maybe that's the barrier that you needed to like break down. So yeah, to a certain degree, you do have to hold yourself accountable. You do have to take those first steps. It can be challenging. You might need to find like support groups to be able to help you, but there's definitely things that you can do to like improve upon like where your like current lot is in life. And I firmly believe that. Yeah,
I mean, look at Roman's face. I mean, you don't even know the guy, but he's 2 years older than me, and he still looks like he's like 21. So, if that doesn't show you anything, I'll play the age card. Roman's older than me, and look, he still looks pretty damn young. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. We're gonna let you go on that motivating piece. Please reach out if you ever need help. Roman and I are just a DM away. We'll help you either to start some, not start some, just to talk, discuss things, bounce ideas, game plan, things like that. But make sure you guys like us on TikTok. We're finally on there. We're mostly using Instagram and TikTok. And follow my YouTube channel on YouTube, Antoine Coletta. And then Roman's page is always linked in the notes. So go to Roman's page, like, follow, subscribe, comment on his videos. And then we're on all audio platforms. So we'll see you guys on that next one. Peace.